Tonight, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's time for Monday Night Football on EA Sports.
Is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the one being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. Duggan now to throw. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
That's a good start to the ball game. Maybe a little bit of a tone setter offensively. They come out throwing right away, and it's an early completion and a quick first down.
Here's Duggan to throw. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. The numbers for him from a week ago: 6 catches, 61 yards.
And the competition gets a little bit tougher here because he's got to go against the #1 ranked defense in the NFL against the pass, the latest incarnation of the no-fly zone.
Throwing, Duggan. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Giants touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick-6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick-6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That burst good for 20 and a... First down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it second down. Duggan will look to throw this. That's complete. It's Collins. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2. Well, this defense for the Giants, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw is Duggan. A quick throw there is incomplete. You talk about this Giant defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see.
And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. Brian Burns in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. Well, that one hurts. I mean, it was 3rd down, of course, but now the penalty, and we're back to 1st down.
Yeah, it hurts momentum in a big way, and they built that up here in the early going. Now, that leaves the opposition with a 1st down. That's a mistake you don't want to make at this point in the game.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Duggan. That's caught by Kincaid, working the middle of the field. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Duggan looking to throw. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Nico Collins with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Saints are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was Nico Collins who finished it off with a touchdown reception. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by their rookie quarterback from the University of Illinois.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. They'll start with a run by Tracy.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
On 1st and 10, Leach. Open man, that's Malik Neighbors. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And now they're in the hurry-up. Tracy going to get it on 1st down. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. These 2 teams all tied after 1. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Tracy trying the right side. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 50 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case,
now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Malik Neighbors, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants have taken the lead. Extra point forthcoming. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive 7 plays in length. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The New Orleans offense set to take over. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. Throwing to start the drive. Dugan. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and 2, Dugan able to find the open man. That's complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down and 3. They'll look to throw again. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Again, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Now this is a feeling I can relate to all too well. Deflation on 3rd and short. Excellent coverage, took away all the short routes, but the one person who wasn't accounted for, the quarterback, and he used his legs to hot-foot it for a first down.
On first down, Dugan. And this will be incomplete.
physical play on the football there, and it's second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Looking to throw. Dugan. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Brian Burns. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's been effective so far over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football. And they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. On the give, it's Tracy. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
And quickly they get to the line. Throwing on first down. Leach. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, the
touchdown Giants. Malik Neighbors with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen. And it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
First down now, but that clock rolling. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
Back to throw again.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Got a man. It's Collins complete.
Almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away.
And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
On 1st and 10, Leach.
This is down the field for Bellinger. And this is incomplete. Well played defensively. Nearly had the interception, but it's 2nd down.
A final shot before break. Leach sliding, and he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the Giants out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, where it was the visiting Dolphins who come away victorious on the road. The Dolphins continue their surge towards the playoffs as they improve their mark to 11-1 on the year. From there, we head north to Minnesota. Check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting LA Chargers. Justin Herbert, a strong...
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter.
Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game, with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 76 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Leach.
That's complete. It's Neighbors.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Looking to throw. Leach.
This pass into the hands of Bellinger.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
They'll hand it to Tracy.
And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
He's got Bellinger.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Straight ahead, here's Tracy.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow. This guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown.
Malik Nabers.
He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list.
And the Giants take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 19-point game. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Back to throw. Dugan
throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Dugan. And that is incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
And taken right on the 30.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
And they're going to speed things up here. On 3rd down, Leach.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Here's Tracy. And even 100 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Leach. Wide open receiver complete.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. On the run is Tracy.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great play there.
Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will bump the lead up to 26. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there, it was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Options galore here. Second and a few inches. Now he'll try to run with this.
Shreds the tackle.
And this will wind up a Saints first down as good running gets him to about the 44. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Back now here at MetLife Stadium. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit at 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Short pass tip, but caught anyway.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 46. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Brian Burns bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Dugan.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
That is caught, and he's taken down inside the 30. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
On 2nd and 10.
Duggan.
He finds his man, complete. That's 4th. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Operating from the gun, Dugan.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Giants are going to get the football here at their own 23.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Right back to Tracy.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. To throw on second down. Leach. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
To throw on third down. Leach.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down. The tackle there by Chris Barnes.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. On the ground, here comes Tracy. 134 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 15-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. They'll run on first down. Tracy. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. That time a 9-play drive. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The New Orleans offense set to take over. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
This taken in by Kincaid.
So no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Looking to throw. Dugan. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. It's taken to the 26. They'll score that a 36-yard punt,
and they will take over 1st and 10.
The New York set to take the field.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
Over the middle, caught by Bellinger.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Jets, The perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Saints, the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2-9 now on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington.